Yeah, I just looked up the forgiveness is the great need of this world. Because, and it says, because it is a world of illusions. Forgiveness is only needed for illusions. So, hello. So Jesus says that those who forgive are releasing themselves from illusion. And those who will withhold forgiveness, they are binding themselves to illusions. So we have a choice then. We have a choice to forgive or to withhold forgiveness. And in this movie, we will see they act out both. And the main character, she's going to act out the unforgiveness first, the withholding, exactly like Groundhog Day. And Phil, he goes almost the whole movie withholding forgiveness, and he has a very hard time. He hates his life. And it's the same for each and every one of us. We will not feel happy and content as long as we fail to forgive. And even judgment is included there. Jesus says that those who fail to forgive must judge, because they must justify their failure to forgive.
Go on your pen.
And we will be able to see that in this movie too, that there is a lot of judgment and even bullying. So yeah, I think the movie will just give us a lot of opportunities to recognize our own feelings, where we may be withholding forgiveness, where we have a hard time with certain characters in our life, maybe. So we can try as much as we can while we watch the movie to bring it back to our own lives. We can use this movie really well, which is nice. We will enjoy it, and we will also be able to use it for our own minds and bring it to places where we have withheld forgiveness, where we have withheld joy from ourselves, because that's what unforgiveness is. It's withholding happiness from ourselves. That's all it is. And it can manifest as anger at other people or judgment of other people, being tired of other people. It's always this other people. The problem with unforgiveness. So now we're going to take it back to the dream and see that it's just a dream, and that we have a very, very powerful mind. So I feel to start pretty soon, because it's it's a whole movie. So, and some of you are on a later time zone too. Does anyone have any questions before we begin? We can, so the best now when we watch, if you have something come up, if you want to, if it's very strong and you want me to pause the movie, you can just tell me, actually. Unmute yourself and say, can we pause? And then I'll pause and we can talk. And I will probably pause a few times as well.
And what was the name of the movie?
The movie is called Before I Fall.
Okay.
Before I Fall, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna just try now then to share my screen. And I'm gonna mute all of you. So I just noticed Sisyphus, I remember from my own philosophy class in school, Sisyphus is this experience of hell where you, there is a loop, you do the same thing all the time. I think he's pushing a boulder up a mountain, and he never gets up with it. So it's hell. we'll see as we go along in the movie what that means for the movie.
Fuck what you heard, anything less than
So she's actually experiencing her first loop day right now, the day repeating for the first time. And she's a bit freaked out. And so it is, when we start waking up, it actually can start to feel a bit freaky when we start to see the looping patterns. And the whole purpose is, of course, to realize that it is a dream, but in the beginning it's like, yeah, it can feel really weird. And the ego doesn't want us to remember that we're dreaming. And she has not yet realized what to do with it. So I don't know if you hear the song that's playing when they're in the cars. I want to get out. I want to get out. So her, and it's like the symbol of her desire. She starts to want to get out of this very, very strange dream that she's having. Or it's not a dream, it's her life right now. And you can see also this self-concept that is so strong. Also between the girls, they have this kind of way of being together, just a self-concept. And you could see even when the guy, I think his name is Kent, the guy who is setting up the party, when she comes into his room, he's like inviting communication, and she's very close to real joining with him or sharing how she feels. But she's still, the self-concept is still there, very strong, and she's conflicted. So she just runs out and joins with her in her habitual way with her friends again. So here we go, the second loop day. So she said she feels she did everything right, but it still went wrong. So I think the only thing that's missing here is the love, doing everything with love and not avoiding certain areas, because she's still trying to avoid, she thinks the answer is to avoid the party. While she was touching on actually the experience of extending love, the experience of connecting in her communication with Kent, that when she got the rose, there was probably almost the first time she had a real connecting moment without this habitual mask and self-concept. And also in the scene with her mom too. It's also very genuine. So I think she's onto it. Yeah. But death is the result of ego. And not just physical death, but death as an experience, the depression. So let's see how it goes here. This movie is so powerful. She learned to live. She learned to live and to make every moment count. She learned to love and to allow love every moment and to do what love asked her to do. It's so beautiful. Such a, yeah. Yeah, so strong. There are several pieces in the movie that are really profound, like even the learning that even to be right is not the way. Like she seemed to be right that day when she was gonna live as if nothing mattered. Maybe she was right about certain things that she said, but that's not the way. Like, do you want to be right or do you want to be happy? She realized that it did not make her happy to be right. And she's actually not even right in a bigger sense when she said certain things about Lindsay, or she was stating, judgments. Maybe they were right in a form sense or in the dream sense, but there's still her dream. So she needed to transcend her whole dream, or just really focus on forgiveness, being truly helpful, which brought her joy. Like it brought her connection each moment. It brought her mind alive. And that's what it's about. Maybe her body seemed to pass away in the end, but her mind was fully alive. So what happens to the body then doesn't really matter. It was part of the dream. And I think the Course says somewhere, nothing can scare a mind that has attached itself to loving. Attached itself to loving. Yeah, so how do you all feel? Does anyone want to share any insights or feelings, thoughts?
Yeah, I didn't get, Jenny, that she died in the end, actually. I didn't, that wasn't clear to me, but now it is.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe she didn't.
Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, it was, it told the story of waking up very well and moving into her right mind bit by bit, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Mhm. And the suffering, I suppose, was clear to me, and like the suffering of not being in alignment with lovingness, like how horrendous that suffering is, just not just for her, but for the people around her, that she was in contact with.
Yeah.
It was good. I enjoyed it.
Janice.
Yeah, hi.
Hi.
Yeah, it was, I mean, for high school, I mean, it's, the characters, all her characters of her dream playing out all this loss and pain that the blame and the shame that just was, that they were all sharing from this deep sense of loss. To me, that just really showed the idea of our own dream, of our characters playing out all this in front of us. And for me, and watching that scene over and over again with Julia in the party, it was so hard to watch that deep sense of fear and loss, and everyone in that scene feeling it and reacting in such anger was very good. For us to really step back and feel that and experience that from that idea of our characters and our wrong-minded that we're playing out over and over again. So, from the past into her present moment where she started, she kept going over and over, having to realize that absolutely it was having to get rid of, or having to, to heal that past, heal all that hurt that was going on. So yeah, a beautiful movie for awakening, for all the characters in the dream coming together in this one sense of awakening. So yeah, thank you. That was awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's really only her mind waking, and that's the cool thing. And
Well, yes, one mind, but one, yeah, we all, one brother is all brothers, or all brothers are one brother. So as we all come together, we awaken together as the one. So.
yeah, and she needed to take full responsibility to that. She couldn't do it halfway or almost do it or avoid it even. She needed to. It's the Christ. It's like, and the stepping stone is to be the miracle worker, the one that is, yeah, available for spirit to work through. We are all called. Yeah. Evelyn.
Yes, really beautiful movie. And I couldn't stop crying last because it's just that feeling of it's the only way out. It's really the only way out, to just love and love everybody, love everything, and just being in the joy. And how she was reacting to her little sister. It was so moving. So yeah. It's so really, I can feel that it's the only, it's really the only thing I want to do. I really want it. So thank you. It's a very beautiful movie.
Yeah. Treasure each moment, and to be worthy. Like, I think we all need to allow our own worthiness. We're worthy of that, of the miracle every moment.
Yes. And I see myself judging and pointing on the things that aren't working or are not good or not the way I want it. And then I see this and I think, really doesn't matter. It's just the love. It's only the love.
Yeah. And it's only like, if we think something isn't the way we want it, it's based on past experience or past judgment, and it's fear. It's too little. So that's why the gentleness of the course and the lessons we all need to go through. It's just so helpful.
Yes, and trust your brothers. That's also the thing I see now. Just trust everybody.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. She also learned to see the call for love underneath, like even when Lindsay was very judgmental in her comments, and finally Sam learned to respond with love, to just see it as a call for love.
Yes.
So deeply. Cool. Jiske?
Yeah, I was at the beginning of the film when she found herself in this time loop. I there was so much fear coming up, and I still noticed that I cling so much to this concept of linear time. It gives me such feeling of control or understanding what's going on, and every time when I see movies where that's this linear concept of time is being undone, I get so scared. And also at the last part where she, when the truck hits her, then I want her to have another day. It's so that's still so yeah.
You want her to have a day where she doesn't get hit?
Yeah.
Mm. Mm.
But it was also, it felt kind of healing just to go through this fear and then just feeling it disappear again during the movie. Just being with that
Mm.
fear.
Mm. Yeah, beautiful.
Mm.
Yeah, it's time is a fearful concept. It's like it's clung to as safe, like linear time.
Mhm. Yeah.
And thinking that we don't live in time, we live in our own beliefs only,
Mhm.
is too strange and scary. So, you know, the mind wants to cling to the time and to the body. So even with her body being hit, I mean, for me, I felt like it was so beautiful, not that event in itself, but the whole, that she managed to live only from love and
Mhm.
be guided each moment.
Yeah, I could see that as well. It's both feeling the fear or the not. I can feel my mind grasping for control when I watch a movie like this, and at the same time, I'm very deeply touched by seeing what love does, and
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I was curious to see what happened at the end, because I've seen this movie maybe 4 times, but I forgot the ending, if whether she died or nobody died, you know, physically.
Mhm.
Yeah. And Lilo.
Hi,
Hi.
that was an echo. That's well, for me, yeah, what triggers me is that moment where what's it, Juliet gets where they start bullying her really badly at the party, and something about it just now clicked in a way that, like, today I kind of witnessed again another like big fight between my parents, and like every time I'm just sitting there, and but it triggers me, like it, and I could feel that it just, I had the same, yeah, I was just feeling kind of the same way when I was watching this scene play out, and that I want to just jump in and fix it, and then when Yiska was just saying about the body, that like, that she wanted her to have another day, that's kind of, yeah, something is like, it feels the same, like I want them to have, like I, like I want something to be fixed, I want them to have a new moment where the fight is not happening, but it, yeah, it's like, it just scares me so much to see people fight, and yeah, it's like yeah, I'm not fully in touch with what's underneath there, but yeah, yeah, the prayer is like to be able to just let it play out and not see that or believe that they're like losing something, or yeah, I'm not fully in touch with what's underneath there, like what I'm really so afraid about. Something with being alone, like I scared to end up alone myself, like some kind of dark, yeah, just darkness, and that fight, just always like fighting or things like that, just bring up that fear of like just being in the dark alone, not being able to get out of it or something. So I want to jump in and yeah, I can believe like there in the dark there's something, and I cannot really fully see that it's just me. Yeah, it just feels so hard to like believe that it's all just perfectly orchestrated, like that there's just
Well, you know, fears are always specific like that. When it's a belief, it feels like this is a really deep trigger for you.
yeah, I believe something bad is happening when I see that.
And there is like no control there for you. Like it's, yeah.
Yeah, but I think there's more there.
Is there something more you want to name?
Yeah, just fear of like being completely lost, like be completely like captured. Not being able to get out of it or something, and I feel like I want to.
Yeah, I think it's good in a way because it's feels like a really deep fear. Yeah, I'm just feeling that this is helpful because it seems like some deep, yeah, it could be memories of your parents fighting when you were little, or not not understanding what's going on, and it's very scary. And we all have different types of fears. Fear is projected onto different things, and for you it's this people fighting is a very, very massive fear for you. So I join you in allowing that scene to move through. And pray with you for the healing of that. Maybe there can be other movies and other scenes that you can face where you can allow that fear gently, but or it sounds like in your daily life even is giving you an opportunity to allow that fear. And like we know, it's always a deeper fear underneath the seeming fear. So this one is a gateway. You can do it. Okay, I'm gonna move on to Lisbeth and then Julie.
Yeah, I've seen the movie before, but this time from the beginning, actually, I was really seeing my own daughter in this girl. And although I see with my daughter much more that she's so hurt inside that she projects it out, and being not such a nice girl, actually. And when there was this moment when she asked her mother, "Do you think I'm a good person?" I felt so. I thought I would not know what to answer when she would ask me. And when the mother just reminded her about something when she was little and how good a person she was there, I just remembered how sweet she was when she was small and always helping other kids when they were bullied. She always jumped in between, and yeah, I'm really sad that she has changed so much, and that I always feel so powerless. I'm feeling guilty. That's because of what I've done. Yeah. So.
Yeah. And with that, also the Spirit is just, the Holy Spirit never holds us to the past. You know, and in the movie, she realized that she didn't hold herself to the past when she talked with Juliet. She said, "Yeah, I know I was horrible in the past, but that was the past, you know, not anymore." So that's an invitation for you to do the same. You know, you don't hold yourself to the past. Maybe this would be a sweet movie for you and your daughter to watch together. You know.
She doesn't want to do anything with me, so I don't think she wants to watch a movie with me. Yeah. When I was actually watching it before on the Movie Watcher's Guide, and she just came in and she said, "Are you watching this movie? That's such a stupid movie." So, well, yeah.
Wow. Sounds a bit like a call for love, a little bit like a defense. What
Yeah.
it actually feels. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for sharing. Yeah, you're innocent. We have Julie. Where is she? There.
Hi.
Hi.
I feel so inspired by that film because I've not seen it before, I love the way she becomes more and more courageous to be more and more loving and more kind all the way through. That courage, it's just wonderful. And so it brought up a lot of instances from my own life where I can see how much more kind I could have been in certain situations. You know, I sort of feel like running around and fixing them all right now. And even just one from last week where somebody came to me and asked me for help, where their son is a drug addict. He's 16 and he's not coping. His mother's not coping either. And I tried my best to help them on that evening, but I can do so much more. And, you know, I feel like I need to offer my help even more. Even if she's going to reject it, even if they're going to reject it, like, because they might do that, I have to be prepared for that. So it's inspiring me to be more myself and use my courage to be exactly like that, you know. I don't know if I can fix things like with my stepfather, like like it looks like he hates me right now, but I don't know. You know, maybe anything's possible, and I have to do what I can do.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I feel really grateful for this film and the message in it, and like it makes me feel really focused, really focused about what I can do, what I can do while I'm here.
Yeah.
Like, you know, this is this short life, and I can do so much. You know, I feel like I've already done much, but there's so much more that I can be here. So it's just so inspiring, really. Yeah, so thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking of that scene in the classroom where the day when she was acting out and being so tough, and the boy passed her the note, "This is not you." And she was staring at it. And so anytime we have acted lovelessly, that wasn't us. It was actually fear that was acting, and maybe disguised as self-concept. So, but yeah, so it's beautiful how you took this whole movie in.
I really related to that, you know, because at school, when I was really young, I was kind of, you know, held as some famous person. I used to win everything on sports day. I was like super popular, you know, and I can remember bullying other girls, you know, and that's terrible. Like, it's terrible that I did that. Anyway, I kind of cottoned on to that behavior as I grew up, and then I just wanted to be friends with everyone who was a misfit. Like, I wanted to help those ones that were getting picked on. And that's what kind of happened to me after that. Yeah, anyway, I don't have anything more to say, but just great. So thank you.
Very inspiring. Thanks. Did Tina raise her hand? Yes. Are you unmuting yourself? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I find this film really inspiring, and the most inspiring message for me is like every way she tried, in the end, it made clear that the only thing that could bring her joy and happiness was when she was extending love. And also this fact that she said, like, make every day worthy. Like, every day, live it like it's your first day or it's your last day. Make it worthy. It's really inspiring.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what she said to Juliet, was that the name? The girl.
Yeah.
The book. Yeah, that she said, like, you don't have to be fixed. And that's also true. Like, we don't have to fix anything. We don't have to fix anything. we just need to extend the love. That's all. And that is the healing. That is what brings us joy and happiness. And there is where the healing is. So it was really inspiring, this movie, really inspiring. So thank you so much for arranging this, and I hope it will be more.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's really lovely.
I have a feeling it will be more.
Yes, I hope so. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Yeah, and this reminds me, what you say reminds me that to make every moment count, or make every day count, there is only one way to do that, and that is to look beyond form and to look beyond the familiar, because the familiar is too little to satisfy us. It's too boring and too monotonous. So the practice has to be to look beyond form and look to spirit, and allow the abstraction of spirit, the abstraction of light and love to lead us and to be our focus. So otherwise we're going to be depressed every day.
And we feel when we do extend love, we always feel happy. That's never fails. So
it's the natural state.
Comes with it. So
Thank you. Cool. There is a chat. See, Jenny's left. Okay. Anybody else want to share?
Yeah, just like to say something, because I don't know where to begin, because I don't want to go into all my life history, because just, I don't know, Jenny, since yesterday, well, not yesterday, it feels like it, because the days are going so fast lately with this lockdown. And but the last film we watched, there's just something significant there that just seems to have tied into this movie. And it's almost like, it's weird, like when you throw out a film reel. It's like seeing your life, and then you're throwing out and you see all these pieces, and there's so much going on with me at the moment, like in terms of this lockdown. Seems like it's just bringing up so much stuff, and then like connecting with you just recently, and then this movie, and it's almost like I feel like I'm being shown so many things in terms of how powerful love is, and in terms of the present moment is so important. It is where change happens, and it is where things can become so like awakened. I burst into tears when she suddenly said, "I know what to do now," and she just got up. And that day where she just connected with her sister, and it was like her parents, and she just was given so much, extending so much love, and the connection there, it's like the difference that she made to people's lives when she was in that state of love, and it was like, you don't realize, do you, just the little things that you do, the impact that has on somebody, and they can feel it. People feel when you're really giving them your attention, and you're really focused. And how many times do we get up and we're in our heads, and there's all these stories going on, and we're not really giving full attention to our family members who are really, they're so precious. We take, like, we just think they're going to be there tomorrow, we're going to be here tomorrow, and everything's, and then we get so bored, like at times with the lockdown, it's like you're getting into that place where you think, oh, this is getting like Groundhog Day, I'm so sick of the same. But you have those moments. I mean, I'm living with my sister, and got twin girls, my nieces, they're 3. And, they're just a joy to be around, because they're in that moment, they're in their emotion, and I feel so blessed to be here with them, really. And I mean, I think for me, with my parents, they fought a lot, and I always felt I wanted it to stop, you know. I wanted it to like, I wanted everybody to be all right, because I could see like my dad's side, why he was in, I could see my mum's side, and I think I've lived my life where I've always been worried about what everybody else is feeling, you know, like trying to, I guess, control. Let's say trying to control, and living like that, like trying to make sure everybody's happy before you can. It's like you don't actually live then. Everybody's got their journey, and it's like you can extend love, but you can't control others' feelings. You know, you can't make them happy. They have to find that joy within themselves. But if you can just extend love, then that changes them more. That's the big, I guess, awakening that I got from watching this movie tonight. It was like how impactful love is, you know. Even the spiritual teacher Byron Katie, she always says, I always love her work. She does the work where she says loving what is, because she said we're so used to, it's like we put all these post-it notes on people, like you're this, you're that, and like we don't see who they are because we've got all these labels on them, and we get up, oh yeah, I know who you are, you're that, you know. It's like we don't, it's like get rid of all that, have a new fresh slate every day and see somebody for who they truly are. And just one experience I had of that was this girl, I worked in a library, and this girl came in this day and she was in a really bad mood and she was just really snappy with me. And my ego kind of side of me was kind of like, wanted to go, who do you think you are? Talk to me like this, you know. But I don't know, for some reason this day I just thought, you know, just send her love, you know, just send her love. And she just seemed to calm down. It was the strangest feeling. I'd never had it before, where, and she just, it was almost like she felt apologetic in the end, because she'd been like that, and I didn't play into this. I could have played into that, you're in a bad mood, right, don't talk to me like this. But I didn't. I just stayed in this, just stayed calm and just said, you know, it's okay, because she was saying, can you get me these things printed? And so yes, I said yes, fine, just put them on, and then gave her thing. And then in the end we had this lovely like connection at the end. She was like, thank you, you know. And it was almost like she was stressed and she needed this doing, and it wasn't like she was taking it out on me, it was just her fears, you know, that were playing out. And like when I didn't play into that fear with her, it could have gone into a really just uncomfortable situation, and it didn't. It ended up like that. And I think that really showed me that day, like when you do extend love, like the impact it has.
Yeah,
it's just so transformative. So
yeah, the miracle comes in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
yeah, thank you for sharing this film. It's really, wow, amazing.
Yeah, you're welcome. I'm glad you were here, and you were. I tried to. Which one did we watch? We watched
Mr. Nobody.
Mr. Nobody. Yeah, on Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was something in this movie that was relating to that. There was a point when I had the same thought.
A great choice, I have to say, both.
Oh, there was the Holy Spirit. It told me on Sunday, and I think, and even Julie was saying she could feel it so strong when I said the title on Sunday. She said, "Do we have to wait till Wednesday?" So it was very guided to watch this one tonight.
Yeah, definitely, you can feel it. Yeah, just hearing everybody else talking as well. Everybody's got something from it. So yes, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, and the theme of not taking things personally has been coming in too. People I've talked to lately, and I lost the thread there, but just that theme of not taking things personally, like being able to extend the love while somebody's angry seemingly at you or having a bad day or a bad mood, and to not take it personally is such a key, and to not see anything in a personal way. And if we do, that's also, of course, inroads to see what we believe. So we do it until we are able to go beyond the self-concept, really. I had this experience one time similar to yours, where I was flying on an airplane, and there was a baby that was crying for probably for 8 hours, just a really sad baby, or angry or afraid, and the parents were not able to calm her down. Instead, they were angry too. They threw her between them, and they didn't know what to do. And I prayed all the time because it was so intense. I sat in the next row and I heard this crying, screaming for all those hours from the United States to Europe when I flew. And I was praying. I said, if miracles are real, why don't they happen? Why can't love come into this situation and end this? Because I couldn't rest on the flight. And at the end, when we finally had landed and I was getting out of my row to get out, the baby looked right into my eyes and had the biggest smile. And so present. We were just joining. And then the mother did the same. And it was a moment of miracle. Just, yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. It's like, you just know, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah.
There are no words in those situations. It's just that knowingness.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
We can't figure out the past. That's the answer. But we can extend love. Yeah.
Mm.
Thank you. I hear the word miracle workers. It's so powerful to tune into love, the truth. So I'm really grateful that you all could join tonight. It's amazing. And I will keep posting if I am guided to do more sessions. I can share, I have thought of doing at least 1 or 2 like weekends per month, and it's not a whole weekend, it's just like, so this is what I was guided last weekend, Friday evening and Saturday morning, but we went on to Sunday afternoon this past weekend, and also those evenings like Wednesday night, probably Wednesday nights, maybe for a movie like this. So just keep in touch. Thanks everybody, it was really nice. Have a wonderful night and rest in the glory of your true self. Rest in peace. Love you.
Oh, thank you, Jenny. Thank you.
Thank you. Let me unmute all. Hear each other.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Lovely to see everybody too.
Yes.
Wonderful to see everyone. Yeah. Thank you. Good night.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Lab lekker.